Fatal Frost, you have to understand, the monkeys don't always realize there are more monkeys in the streets. This is an inherent problem. When the monkeys understand this, they become rampant, wild, uncontrollable, almost to the point where they are understanding of what's going on. But, however, we do know that there are monkeys that can withstand the sheer power of the clowns. This is something that must be remembered and must be commended, for not only the monkeys understand the clowns, but they can see the clowns for what they have become. When the clowns understand this, the clowns know that there are monkeys to be seen. When these monkeys come from the hood, it's less of an issue of the monkeys knowing who's from the streets, as opposed to who they know outside of the hood. When monkeys like this understand these issues, see these issues for what they are, it's not always a simple yes or no problem. We see here, there are monkeys of all statures, from the hood to the streets, to the clowns, to the monkeys, to the dicks, to the monkeys in the hood, to monkeys in the streets today. We now know that it's not always as easy as you can imagine. When the monkeys first landed on the planet of Monkey, we understand here that there were more implications than meets the eye. We now see, after many years of studying the average monkey, we know they are more than we expected. This is the inherent issue. When we learned of the monkeys, they were not nearly as powerful as they became. When the monkeys realized how powerful they had become, we then realized that they were a force to be reckoned with, and this is the main problem. When the monkeys realized this, we were already too late. The monkeys went and they destroyed half of London, all by themselves without much help. When you explain this type of leniency, this type of almost negligence towards the ones who built the entire infrastructure of what happened, can we really trust these type of people in our government? What do you say? Well, you never know. I mean, I got head from a senator the other day. It was pleasant. But you never know. Some senators give worse head than others. Some senators like to blow you sideways. You never know who blows who better. But the real issue is, when you get blown, you realize the real power of a head. And when someone blows you well, you realize that you really need a good blowjob every once in a while, and you really need a good senator to do it. But what senators are always reliable? Senators rarely blow civilians in public places. It's usually in the bathrooms or in some other place where it's less visual, less overt. So if you get caught, it's in the daily news, but it's maybe on the second page instead of the first page. And psychologically here there's a difference. When I look on the front page of the Daily Mail, I see that there is my sister there getting actually ass-raped by a monkey. Now, my first thought is that this is the first and most important news article of the day. Any other article is only secondary to this, so my mind already sees the head from the senator in the bathroom stall that hasn't been cleaned in 6 months as secondary information. It registers in my mind as something that isn't nearly as important, and that is what I think is the solution to our problems here in London. What do you say? Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, for example, we've had many people here, prestigious members of Oxford, but it doesn't always correlate to what they can do in the bedroom. See, what's the problem here? You lick your dad's toes, right? Right, but you ever licked your sister's toes? No, right, see? Now I have. And that is something that I recommend, and if you do, unless she showers regularly, but mine didn't. I had pneumonia for 60 months, and it was a horrid experience. I have to say, though, this is the moment to celebrate what was once the greatest time in history, when those who realized the past and the future knew that I was already in the streets. This is something we have to know. This is something we have to see. This is something we have to hoe. This is something we have to do. This is something we have to see. This is something we have to pee. This is something we have to d. This is something we have to
I don't have anything.
But this is something we have to do, and I'm serious when I say this. There isn't too much left. There's not too much hope left for the city of London. We are rampant with disease, rampant with monkey dicks everywhere. What's left for us? What is really left for us? But there's always hope where there is always a man with a blowjob experience. This can save our nation, and this is something I cannot let go. As Mayor of London, I'm Boris Johnson. I see these problems. I see how rampant they are in society. I can understand their seriousness, but I also know their practicality in solving them. This is the problem that I see, and that many others see with me, that maybe not necessarily even know that my uncle was a pedophile. But what happens when he becomes that pedophile? When he sees you choking a 10-year-old, a rather attractive one at that, with his 10-inch long, you have certain thoughts in your head. It's common, it's normal. But David Cameron didn't exactly think that way. When I met him, he was all for that idea. Don't get me wrong, he's an extraordinary pedophile himself. I know few like him. However, it is still a problem that when these clowns and these elephants come in with these places, they don't understand that the monkeys are always with them. And this is why you have to understand. We live in London. Large place, millions of people. And it's the type of bigotry that propels this type of ideology into our children, into the school system, and this is why we need to raise taxes and tell everyone basically what's going on. I don't think that alone this problem can be fixed. It will take many years of work, many years of funding, many years of shoving my dick in your nose, many years of all of this stuff. But it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I'll tell you why it'll be worth it. There will be less monkey dicks in your nose. You know how much less monkey dicks we're talking about? There's so many monkey dicks right now in your fucking nose that I think that you're going to fucking cry and die of the monkey dicks. Fatal ferocity is one who doesn't realize what's going on in the world today. But he knows that the monkey dicks will never subside.
Just one hostile remaining.
Graham, anything else I need to deal with down here?
Negative. The site's cleared and you are green for extraction. I'll see you on board.